Welcome back to EarthChangers, and a bit of a shift this time. We're going off from the live auction from the Meals on Wheels that we had the first segment. That's great, and it's ongoing through next week, but we're shifting tones entirely here and going to theater. This morning we welcome Robert Fuson. He is the first director for the Proud Mary Theater Company. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. How have you been doing?
I've been excellent. We at the time of this, we just finished our opening night, and it was actually a really spectacular performance.
Yeah.
I actually found myself getting a little emotional, which is not something I usually do about shows I direct. So it's been really cool to watch this all unfold.
Okay, now Proud Mary is a new theater company to the Upstate, dealing exclusively with LGBTQ issues. It's the first of its kind in the Upstate, and the show that you get to direct the first show for the company, and the show is we haven't pointed that out to people yet. Show is
it is I Am My Own Wife.
Right.
It's written by Doug Wright, playwright who's written quite a few things, actually. And he's kind of been growing in popularity over the last 20 years, but this is definitely his headlining show. Won the Pulitzer Prize on the top of my head here. I think it was 2004 it won. I think also Best New Play, the Tony for that. But it's a surprisingly underperformed show, given how critically acclaimed it is, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with the content itself.
Right.
But it's an extremely powerful work. There's no denying that.
Now, is this entirely a one-man show?
Yes, it is. Dave LePage is our actor, and he is performing. The official count is, I think, 35. I think it's maybe like a couple less than that for a couple of cuts, but it's at least 33, I want to say. 33 roles, one person.
Oh, my goodness. And from what Sandy Staggs was telling me, all different accents as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're all different voices. There are no two characters that sound the same.
Wow.
Which is very cool. And I mean, Dave himself is extremely capable. I remember we were sitting down for one of our first rehearsals, and we were just like walking through the characters, and we just like back to back, just all of them immediately. He just like had ideas and
had no trouble shifting.
And,
just was able to go character to character.
Yeah, and it's been an incredible thing to watch unfold, to be honest.
Now, tell us a little about the story, because the story is absolutely unique. I Am My Own Wife.
It's absolutely. I completely agree there. And it's so funny because a lot of things when you watch them. When you watch the story, after a while, it starts to kind of dull on you, and it gets like less significant and less special. That is not the case here. I have just the more times I watch this show, and the more times I watch Dave up there telling the story, the more impressed I get with the story of Charlotte, and just how not only how incredible her life was. But also just like the writing itself, what an incredible job Doug did in putting the story together and creating this narrative, and like the way that it's framed, it is truly a work of art.
Okay, well, could you tell us a little bit about the plot?
Yes. So it's set up with the frame actually of Doug back in 1993. He traveled to Germany because he'd heard his friend John was working over there, and he heard about this character in the quotes named Charlotte von Malsdorf, who was a male who biologically who dressed up as a female, and the phrase that John uses in the play. She is a character, and I use the term she loosely.
Right.
And it kind of just goes from there to follow the trajectory of kind of Charlotte. Shortly after that point, really gets a lot of recognition. She wins the Medal of Honor for Germany. And at the same time, there's a lot of controversy that surrounds that. Not trying to give too much away, but there's some potential information with some Stasi, some of the Stasi files that were uncovered around the time, and a lot of concern of how much of what she says is really true. And not to mention just her as a person is a very big headliner for the transgender community. One of the first historically renowned figures in that community, and so it's very important to the LGBT community, her story, and all of the things in which that she has done for that, right? To bring light and credibility to that demographic,
right? A trans figure before there even was really a word for it.
Exactly, exactly, and
she maintained this female identity through World War II.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
It's so funny because one of my favorite lines that she survived stormtroopers all in a pair of heels, and I know, right? Yeah. And it's just one of those things where you're just like, wow, like that's just incredible that someone was able to do that in not only World War II, but she was in East Berlin.
Oh my goodness!
Where the Stasi takeover, and just how oppressive that Russian regime was, and in some ways the whole Berlin Wall, communist side of Berlin was almost more oppressive to that community, just because of how long it was. It was 30 years under that communist regime.
Oh, good heavens!
Where you're just stuck, and you have to hide everything about yourself. You're just not allowed to exist, which is just incredible that she does.
And she, openly, maintain this female identity through the communist regime in East Berlin. And that's an amazing, incredible story. And then the entire story is told by one person is just kind of mind-blowing. So you had your opening weekend in Spartanburg, correct? And you still have 2 more local performances coming up?
I want to say 3 more.
3. Okay. Sorry.
Let me double check that. No. You're totally fine. I'm pretty sure we are Thursday through Saturday.
Okay. Thursday through Saturday.
I'm double checking this now. It's one of those things where I've been so focused on the first week, I haven't really looked at the second week all that much right now.
Yeah.
So let me pull that up for you.
Okay. And the Ninjaplex is a place in Greenville. You can find it if you look on Facebook. And also, how can people get tickets to go see this?
Very easy. You just go to, I recommend you pull up the Facebook page for Proud Mary. You can see the I Am My Own Wife event there. I'm pulling up the events page as we speak, if my internet wants to cooperate. There we go. We run, we start November 10th. It is just 2 days. It's the 10th and 11th. So that is, in fact, that Friday and Saturday of next week.
Okay.
And that's going to be 8 p.m. Ninjaplex. Just a very cool circus training facility that also, doubles as a performance space for a lot of these type of events.
Right. And very cool event space. And that is going to be just a really great thing to see. And congratulations on being the inaugural show for Proud Mary.
Oh. Yeah, thank you. I'm extremely fortunate.
Yeah. And looking forward to seeing more great things come out of it.
So. Yeah, it's been a very cool experience to watch kind of the company form in the wake of this show being announced, and watching Sandy get all these things ready for the upcoming season. I mean, he's got I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 lesbians eating a quiche as their show following this. They've got Southern Baptist Sissies, which is a show they're doing. I want to say that's in summer of next year. And then they've got a one-person devised piece. I'm blanking on the name of it, but it is being done by Jenna Elter, and I'm really excited to see what that's going to look like. Very little information about it yet because it is a world premiere piece. Not been officially released in any way, but very, very cool.
Wonderful. And can't wait to see this one and everything coming up. And, I guess you'd have to say, is there a need for this theater in the Upstate? Well, have you ever heard of these pieces being performed anywhere else? I guess there's a need.
I know. The fact is, I don't know of anywhere that is doing this kind of a lot of the content in these shows is significantly more off the wall than what you'd see at the majority of theaters in South Carolina. Right. Maybe a theater will do one piece that it's about as risque as one of Proud Mary's shows are every 2 years. But this is every single show. Okay. And we're really looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, and it's just amazing that they're able to do this. Okay, thank you for bringing it to the Upstate. And we've been speaking with Robert Fuson. He is with the Proud Mary Theater Company. They're performing I Am My Own Wife. This is going to be, it's a one-man show, one-man tour de force, this Friday and Saturday, the 10th and 11th at 8 p.m. at the Ninjaplex in Greenville. You can find it on Proud Mary Theater's Facebook page. And you can buy the tickets right through the page, can't you? Okay. Right there. There's a link. So come on out, broaden your mind, see something new. And just in case you were startled to hear us on this morning, yes, we are always on at 6 a.m. You might have forgotten to turn back your clock last night. Hope you enjoyed that extra hour of sleep. And we hope that you remember to check the batteries in your smoke detectors as well, something you're always supposed to do when you change the clock. In the meantime, get out there refreshed, be an earth changer, and have a wonderful week.
If you have an event or topic of interest for Earth Changers, contact Amy Hyder. Amy at earthfmwrth.com.